You know, they are with the licensing. You gotta cut it quickly. You gotta cut it quickly because they're gonna pick up the licensing. Here we are. Once again, let me get everything in place. Because tonight is going to be a powerful one. You know, on my Financial Fitness Friday, I had a powerful message. It was great. I really, really hope that it was helpful to someone. It was a great message. But tonight, in the Financial Fitness Friday, it was very intuitive. You know, it was a lot to it. Tonight is going to be the same way. It's going to be the same way. It's a lot to this, but the message is strong and the message is important and the message is going to hit home. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you. So, without any further ado, we're going to get into it because, you know, we all feel at some point in our life as we are ushering along in our journey in life that we feel like we want to give up. We feel like we want to give in. We feel like sometimes like, what's the use? Things are not transpiring in the way that you would hope. Things are not turning out exactly the way you envisioned it or you planned for it. And when you start feeling that way and you're feeling that pressure, it's easy to say to yourself, you know, what's the point? What's the use? Give up, give in, try something different. But when you feel that way the most, it's when you have to push back. That's when you have to press on even more so when you feel that way. Because this is sound advice. If you ever got to a point where you needed to pivot, change direction, whether it means change where you live, change your job, change your relationship, change anything, it's best to do that in a sound mind and judgment when you can make clear decisions on making that adjustment and the manner in which you're going to make those adjustments, as opposed to when you are pressured, when you are feeling overwhelmed. That is never the point, never the time to make those type of decisions. So we're going to get into that tonight. We're going to get into that tonight. It's going to be a fantastic session. So, welcome. I am D. Wilder. This is the Hour of Power, focusing on purpose and praise. And I like to have my little poetic introduction. So let's go. Each day presents its own intricate web of complexity, often throwing unexpected obstacles and moments of genuine doubt our way. It's in these challenging instances that the temptation to yield or to momentarily concede defeat can feel overwhelming, can build up inside of you. However, I want to articulate an unyielding stance for these very instances and moments. Today is not the day for surrendering. Today my resolve will stand firm. I choose to confront any difficulties with an unwavering spirit, refusing to let setbacks define my process or dim my determination. While I may acknowledge the bumps, the detours, and the potential pitfalls that lies ahead, my commitment to moving forward, to striving, and to ultimately overcoming remains absolute. So let the trials and tribulation come, because they will be met with a steadfastness that simply declares, not today, not on my watch. I will not be deterred. Welcome, family, friends, and fraternal souls, to the Hour of Power, focusing on purpose and praise. This is your brother in growth and partner in purpose. Let us give thanks to all things, especially the small things. Let's celebrate everyday's blessings and the beauty of life surrounding us. Let's make an effort to enjoy the constant beauty and the quiet miracles which make life so uniquely precious. All in all, let us give thanks. Let's give thanks. Not today. When life gets heavy, we rise anyway. Today's conversation is very simple. Not today. There are days when life feels heavier than usual. Days when the weight of responsibility presses against our shoulders. When disappointment whispers doubt into our mind. When obstacles stand tall like mountains in our path. Days when quitting seems easier than continuing on. Days when surrender seems quieter than resistance. Days when life asks a very important question. Do you still believe in yourself? And today the answer will be very simple. Absolutely. Today I refuse to surrender my dreams. Today I refuse to abandon my purpose. Today I refuse to let temporary pain make permanent decisions. Because sometimes strength isn't about winning. Sometimes strength is simply saying, I will not quit. Not today. Welcome to this powerful conversation of reflection. This is your reminder, your reset, your declaration. Because today we fight forward. as we forge forward. Let's get into this. Understanding your not today moment. Everyone has a breaking point. That moment when life tests your emotional endurance. That moment when frustration builds. That moment when exhaustion speaks louder than motivation. It might be financial pressure, career setbacks, relationships disappointment, self-doubt, mental fatigue, delayed success. And sometimes it's not even one big thing. It's 1,000 small little things, small disappointments, small frustration, small delays, small hurt and pain. Until one day you wake up and think to yourself, how much more can I take? But here's something that we must understand. Your breaking point is often your building point, because pressure does not, put it this way, pressure does one of two things. It either breaks you or it reveals the true you. And what does that reveal? What does the true you reveal unto itself? One could ask. It reveals your endurance, your resilience, your unfinished greatness. Because pressure does not create strength. Pressure reveals the strength that was already inside of you. You just never had to use that strength that is required. And this is why your declaration matters so much in this very moment. Not, I'll quit tomorrow. Not that mindset. But today, simply put, you're going to say, not today. Because sometimes victory is simply surviving the day. Sometimes success looks like getting out of bed when depression say, stay down. Showing up when anxiety say, hide. Trying again when failure say, stop. Why don't you just give up? Believing again when doubt say, past your time, it's over. And every time you do that, you push past that, you win a small, silent victory. Because there's a power in one more day. Many people fail not because they lack the ability to do something, but because they stop one day too soon. One more conversation might have changed everything. One more application, one more attempt, one more idea, one more introduction, one more effort. History is full of people who succeeded because they endured one more day. Not because they were lucky or special, but because they refused to quit on a bad day. So this is important to remember. Never, as I mentioned earlier, never make a permanent decision during a temporary storm. Why? You can ask yourself. Because storm passes, emotions settle, clarity returns. But quitting is the end. It removes possibilities. And possibilities is always working behind the scenes. Anybody knows my motto is anything is possible. So even when you don't see progress, progress may be developing within you. Even when doors closes, you are being redirected. Even when things feel slow, like it's not moving, you are being prepared. Because sometimes life isn't. It's not delaying you, although it may feel that way. But in those moments, life is actually developing you. Think about it. Developing your patience, developing your discipline, developing your emotional maturity, developing your vision and your ideas and your concepts. Because where are you going? And where you're going ahead will require a stronger version of you, a stronger you than you are now. And the strength that comes from surviving the day, surviving those days when you just want to give up and quit. This is why your declaration of not today matters so much. So let's have a reflective moment and say it quietly. Say it quietly, but say it proudly to yourself. Not today. I may be tired, but not today. I may be discouraged, but not today. I may be frustrated, but not today. I may be uncertain, but not today. I may bend, but I will not break. Nope, not today. You have to feel that in your spirit, because this becomes your personal declaration of resilience. There is power in spoken commitment. What you declare shapes what you tolerate. What you tolerate shapes what you become. And sometimes we must speak strength before we feel actual strength. So repeat this internally, not even out loud, in your consciousness. Today, I choose persistence over surrender. Today, I choose growth over comfort. Today, I choose faith over fear. Today, I choose discipline over excuses. Today, I choose myself. Because nobody talks about this single truth, important truth. Strength is often quiet. Strength is not always loud motivation. Sometimes strength sounds like, I'm hurting, but I'm continuing. I'm tired, but I'm showing up. I'm uncertain, but I'll keep trying. I'm discouraged, but I'm still believing. This is real strength, when you have the ability, despite of, to carry on. So understand this. You don't need to win the entire war today. You just need to win today. That's it. One day at a time, just today. Tomorrow will handle tomorrow, and next week will handle next week. But today we will stand. Today we will continue. Today we will believe in ourselves once again. Today we will make the declaration. Not today. Now, how that's going to happen? Because sometimes someone will say, that's easier said than done, especially if you're feeling like you at your lowest point. You know, I talk about that in my sessions, in my conversation. And my sessions and my conversations is especially for those people who are feeling like they have no place to turn, no one to turn to. They're at their lowest point. They don't know what to do next. That's what these conversations are for, to uplift those people and to let them know that they're not hopeless. There is hope and there is a possibility. But for you to get there, you have to build a not today mindset. If you want to develop a not today mindset, here are some things you can practice. These are 5 principles that you can practice. You have to shrink the battle. Once I say like I said, you don't have to win the entire war today. Don't fight your whole future. Just fight today and today only. Fight your battles today. Number 2, focus on effort, not outcome. You control the effort. Allow the results to follow your consistency. Number 3, expect obstacles. Okay? Some people are expecting the road to be smooth, and the road is often not smooth. Stop being surprised that there's going to be difficulties. Come on, people. Difficulty is part of growth. Difficulty is part of life. That's just the reality. 4, protect your mindset. Limit negativity and negative people. Increase inspiration. This is a good place to start. Guide and guard your peace. Very important. I do that religiously. Celebrate being present and in the moment. Some days being present in the moment is success unto itself. And that counts, that matters, because resilience isn't about never falling. If you live long enough, that's impossible. It's about refusing to stay down when you do fall. So, somewhere right now, someone is thinking about giving up. Someone is tired of trying. Someone is tired of hoping. Someone is tired of being strong, having a need to stay strong. Maybe that someone is you. Maybe that someone is me. But if it is, hear me, hear this loud and clear. You don't have to conquer everything today. As I mentioned, you don't have to fight the entire war. You don't have to solve everything today. You don't have to understand everything today. You just have to make one powerful decision today. And that decision is, I will not quit today. Because greatness is not built on easy days. No. Greatness is built on days that you wanted to quit, but you did not. Think about it. Days when nobody applauded your effort, but you kept going. Days when nobody understood your struggle, but you stayed committed. Days when progress felt invisible, but you stayed faithful. And one day, those not today's decisions becomes your life story. Becomes the things that you celebrate. Not the pain, not the obstacles, not the setbacks, but simply the resilience. Because you simply kept saying, you had resolve not today to doubt, frustration, and setbacks. Not today to fear. Not today to surrendering. Not today to mediocrity. Not today to giving up on yourself. Therefore, allowing one more day. In time, you'll look back and you'll realize your strength was being built on those days that nobody saw your fight. And today may just be one of those days. People are going through a lot of things. So my prayer and my advice is stand tall. Breathe deeply. Reset your focus. And say it. Believe it in your spirit with conviction. I'm not giving up. Not today. Not today. I'm going to say this many times, people, until it hits you and you feel it in your consciousness. And you just say it subconsciously when something is pressed up against you that feel like it's holding you back. You won't even have to think about it. You'll just say it, not today. The discipline of mental toughness. This is what we're going to need. Mental toughness is something. Reality is mental toughness is not something that you're born with. It's actually something that life introduces you in time and over time. That toughness, that mental toughness that is required to get you through the life, get you through a life, get you through your life. It's not built through comfort, but actually through challenges. Not built through ease, but through resistance. Not built through convenience, but through the moments when quitting will feel justified if you did. But mental toughness is built when the quiet war nobody sees, that war in your thought, in your mind, the battlefield in your mind, the war in your confidence, the war between fear and belief. And every day that you wake up and you continue despite of those internal battles, you are building something very, very powerful. Something much greater than success unto itself. It's not just success. It's not just endurance. You are building emotional armor. And that is, in fact, an investment into the future, because whether you need it now or not, I can assure you, you're going to need it at some point in the future. Because life doesn't just test what you can do. Life tests what you can endure. And those who learn endurance, that is such a powerful tool that those who learn endurance become unstoppable. Because you'll start to understand something very powerful. Things will start to come into perspective for you. You'll realize that pain is temporary, but quitting can become permanent. So, again, today, we must repeat our declaration for today, and that is not today. I won't give up. I won't give in. I won't settle. Not today. Because mental toughness begins in the mind. Your greatest battles really happens outside or around you, whether you know it or not. They happen every day inside you. Those little voices that's telling you, don't do that. It might not work. You sure you want to do that? You don't want to be hurt again. You don't want to fail again. The battlefield is within you. This happens inside of us, between hope and doubt, fear and courage, excuses and discipline, comfort and growth. And many people lose this before they even start. Have you ever got one day and said, I'm going to do something, and then before the day was over, you talked yourself out of it? That's battlefields of the mind. Because very simple, it's a matter of what you allow yourself to believe becomes your reality. So listen carefully. Your thoughts can either be your greatest weapon or your greatest obstacle. Because if you tell yourself, this is too hard, your mind stops looking for solutions. Your mind settle in and agree, yeah, this is too hard. If you say, I can't handle this, your strength within you that absolutely can handle it, it will shut down. If you say, this always happens to me, your mindset moves into defeat mode. But mental toughness requires a different type of voice, a different type of conversation. Instead of, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this situation teaching me? Instead of, why is this so hard? Ask, how strong can this situation make me? Instead of, why am I struggling? Why am I always feeling like I'm struggling? Ask, who am I becoming? Who am I becoming in this struggle? Because mental toughness is often just reframing the conversation that you're having every day with yourself. Strong people don't always have easier lives. Sometimes it seems that way, but they don't. They just have stronger conversations with themselves. They just build up levels of resiliency. They make daily declarations of not today. Because you're going to need emotional endurance, which would allow you to stay steady under pressure. One of the greatest forms of strength that anyone can have, personally, is emotional control. Nowadays, we call it emotional maturity. Not suppressing emotions, but mastering your emotions. Because life will give you reasons to react to any given situation. Trust me, I know this. Because life has so many things on each and every day that can bring you to the point where you get angry, you get discouraged, you feel defeated, you'll start comparing yourself, which is a thief of joy. And then all of that, culmination of all of that, will start forcing you to doubt your self-worth. But mental toughness will allow you to say, feel everything. Some people say to themselves, I don't like this feeling. I don't want to feel pain. But for you to grow and develop, you have to feel those range of emotions. You need to feel everything. And although you feel it, you have to stand strong and decide not to surrender to anything. You can feel disappointment without becoming hopeless. You can feel pain without becoming broken. You can feel fear without becoming frozen. You can feel pressure without becoming crushed. Because emotional endurance is not about avoiding hardship in life. That's impossible. It's about remaining steady inside of hardship. And this is where many people in these situations grow stronger. This is how they build their strength and their emotional endurance. In these situations, when they learn, and you really learn yourself, you learn more about yourself. You learn, I can actually handle this discomfort. I can survive this uncertainty. I can stand inside of this situation and this difficulty. I can continue even when I feel weak, like I can't. Because here's the truth about those moments. Confidence doesn't come from easy wins. Confidence comes from surviving those hard moments, persevering. Every obstacle you survive becomes evidence of your strength. Every setback that you outlast becomes proof of your resiliency. Every difficult season that you endure becomes part of your personal foundation that you're building. And this is why your past struggles matters so much. They are receipts, whether you know it or not. They're your evidence and your proof that you've already survived difficult days and difficult moments. And if you survive those days before, you can survive these days again. Very simple. To build up the fortitude necessary to combat, come what may, it's going to take discipline. The discipline of showing up every day. Showing up anyway. Mental toughness is less about motivation and psyching yourself out and more about discipline. Because motivation can come and go. You can feel like doing something today, but not feel like doing something tomorrow. But discipline unto itself, it stays. Motivation say things like, I feel like doing this today. Where discipline say, I'm doing it anyway. I'm doing it anyway, regardless of how I feel. And the strongest people you know are not strong because they always feel inspired. They always feel like they can do anything. No, they're humans just like everyone else. They're strong because they continue when inspiration and motivation disappears. They show up tired. They show up discouraged. They show up uncertain. They show up late sometimes. But the fact of the matter is they show up anyway. Because showing up builds identity. And identity builds confidence. And when you repeatedly show up for yourself, you show yourself that you're not quitting. That unto itself prepares your mind and help your mind to begin to believe. Believe in yourself again. Believe, I don't quit. And eventually, that becomes who you are. That becomes your identity. That becomes those stances become the very nature of who you are. Not someone trying to be strong, but someone who is strong. And strength becomes your normal response, not panic, not avoidance, not surrendering, not giving in, but simply put, your persistence. Because you trained yourself to say, not today. I hope this message is hitting home for somebody. I hope that somebody who hit walls, I hope somebody who felt like I'm going to give up, felt hopeless, felt like things wasn't going their way, felt like things wasn't going to turn their way. Every time you get to that point, you have to declare, not today. I'm not giving up today. I don't know what's happening tomorrow, but what I do know, not today. You have to become unbreakable, because there's a difference between fragile confidence and earned confidence. Oh, we're getting deep, people. I don't know if y'all ready. Come on. Fragile confidence depends on success. It's a response. Earned confidence depends on survival. Fragile confidence says, I believe when things go well. Earned confidence say, I believe even when things go wrong. Because the strongest people develop what I call unbreakable identity. Not unhurt, not unaffected, not numb, not I don't feel anything, but simply put, unbreakable. Regardless of, I'm carrying on. Meaning, life can bend, but it cannot break. When it bends, it will not define you. Life can challenge you, but it cannot stop you. Life can delay you, but it cannot deny you. Whew. I hope this mindset is helping somebody. Because this comes from a powerful realization. Nothing you face today is stronger than the version of you that survived yesterday. Therefore, you're not starting from zero. You're starting from experience. Woo. Woo. I hope this helps somebody today, because I'm feeling it. When you adopt this mindset and you become aligned, so your mind, your body, and your spirit all becomes one. That means you believe in, without a shadow of a doubt, I'm not giving up, not today. One day, you will realize something very, very powerful. You were never just trying to survive your difficult seasons. You were being trained by those difficult seasons, trained to be stronger, trained to think differently, train to endure longer, train to believe deeper, because easy living, an easy life, rarely creates powerful people. That's a fact of the matter. But the difficult journeys prepares you for the success that you ultimately is going to have. And maybe right now, you're in a season that is developing you for something great, something deep inside of you. It's developing you with patience, strength, vision, discipline, faith. And while you may not see it now, because oftentimes we don't see it in the moment. You know, when we're going through the struggles and the hurt and the pain, that's all we feel and that's all we see. Not everybody have the foresight to see that these moments are the foundation for something great. But you are becoming someone your past self needed. Someone stronger, wiser, harder to break. And one day you'll realize, you'll think to yourself, and you'll thank yourself for not quitting during those days that you almost did quit. I've had those moments so many times where I'd look back at moments that I thought I wasn't going to get through. And I thank God that I did and that I didn't quit. Because those days, those quiet decisions to continue on, those moments that nobody celebrates, nobody even want to think about, those times you simply take the moment to whisper, not today. Those were the days where your strength was built. Not in the comfort, not in the applause, not in the recognition, but in the very resilience that it was necessary to get through. So if today feel heavy for anybody, if you're going through something, if today feels uncertain, if today feels exhausting, just continue to make that one decision. I will not surrender today. I will not doubt myself today. I will not abandon my future today. I may rest. I may need to rest. I may take the moment to reset. I may take a moment to slow down. But I will not quit. Today I will continue. Today I will believe. Today I will rise. And remember this, your story is still being written. Your strength is still being developed. Your breakthrough may be closer than you think, than you even know. And whenever life tries to convince you that you should quit, you must answer that call with confidence. Not today. Not today. I am D.E. Wilder, and I'm here to remind you, strength isn't always about never failing or falling, because at some point we all do. It's about always rising up again. And when you rise, that means you are still in progress. So make that declaration and make it strong. Not today. This message, I hope, is strengthening somebody's spirit. And if it is, please share it with someone else. And if, if you're in my live, and you're feeling something and you're feeling like you're being challenged, you can always send me a direct message, because I'm here to encourage people that they can carry on. And if you're on the FYP, you can send me a direct message as well, because I'm on a journey of possibilities, as we all are, whether you know it or not. And we all at some time need words of encouragement. So again, mental toughness isn't about being emotionless. It's about being committed to your growth, committed to your future. It's about becoming the person that you were meant to be. Your struggle is not your identity. Your resilience is. Your resilience is growing inside of you. And every time you take that moment to say, not today, only makes you stronger. These words found their way into your spirit. Share them with someone whose heart may be searching for light. Remind them gently that their peace still exists and their grace is still within them. Their purpose is patiently awaiting for them and their arrival. It is my sincere hope that the positive energy that I strive to live by and the unwavering dedication that I pour both into my walk and to my work reaches beyond the sound and touches the soul of anyone and everyone who can hear my voice. May the spirit that we share become the quiet, strong connection between us, encouraging each of us to grow and to rise, to become better today than we were yesterday. And through that sheer energy, may a spark a new breakthrough together, lifting not just myself up, but you up and us up together, so that our individual victories become a collective triumph. Because at the end of the day, we are all simply travelers in a journey of life. And we are all seeking meaning and growth and impact. And perhaps in our search, we'll find it together. Therefore, stay rooted, stay blessed, and stay living life with purpose. I am D. Wilder, and this is the Hour of Power, focusing on purpose and praise. I bid you peace and blessings. Thank you, people, for sharing this moment with me. Thank you, people, for sharing this journey with me. I hope these words have been encouragement to someone. I feel the energy. I felt the energy when preparing for this, that it will be helpful to someone. Once again, you can always send me a direct message, and believe in yourself. Believe in the possibility, regardless of what you're going through. Believe that you can get to the other side and make that declaration. Not today. I will not quit. Not today. Peace and blessings.
Live was active today. How many people joined?
So it said
People made comments. Nothing better to do.
Let them talk. That's what you want. Good, bad, or indifferent. Oh boy, let me say it's 560.
Like the last time.
Numbers are going up. That's good.
A young lady, Tanshana, she was, I guess, appreciating your conversation. So she was making comments. Yeah. That's awesome. In the Instagram shot, I put down that you do TikTok live on Sunday at 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course. How was that message?
Oh, I love it. It was deep. And you seem like you were like And you kept saying this message is for someone. You kept saying it over and over again.
Somebody,
This message for somebody.
anybody.
And please send me a DM. You can contact me. You got anything to say? But anybody could relate when you want to just give up, you're tired, just don't want to press on.
Mhm.
The message is definitely on point. That's good. Now, where would we